Real Madrid just beat Athletic Club 3-0 away, and for once, Xabi Alonso finally made the changes we've all been waiting for. On the brink of being fired, he took Arda Güler off and brought on Camavinga. Most importantly, we didn't see that fake high press that I've been calling out in my past videos, you know, the one that looks aggressive but just leaks chances all over the place. Today, Xabi Alonso clearly wanted more control in midfield. He tightened things up and leaned on both Trent and Camavinga to dictate tempo. And it worked. Arda Güler is more creative. But defensively, Camavinga is just on another level. Arda Güler does okay pressing up top, but deeper? He's mostly jogging in the right direction without actually affecting the play. Camavinga, on the other hand, can tackle, press, win duels, and then drive forward with the ball to create space on his own. The French midfielder often plays these diagonal passes on the half-turn to speed things up, simple, direct, and really effective, especially in the first half. And speaking of build-up from the back, don't forget about Trent. He's still one of the best at spraying those long diagonals. Just watch this sequence. Nico Williams looks like he's pressing Trent aggressively, but in reality, there's zero pressure on the ball. Trent has all the time in the world and picks out a long pass with no one around him. Mbappé takes it down beautifully, beats the first defender in one motion, and even with two players closing in, he finds a clean line to cut inside and buries it. Clinical. This is exactly the kind of space I've been talking about in previous videos. This is Mbappe's comfort zone. If you've got players like Mbappé and Vini who thrive in transition, give them space to attack. Set them up for these moments. Not that overly aggressive attacking shape we've seen in earlier matches, where everyone pushes high and ends up crowding in the final third. Let fast players run. Let playmakers play. It's not that complicated. Now let's talk about Bellingham. This game marks a real shift back to his roots in midfield. No goals, no assists, but tactically, massive impact. When Madrid defends without the ball, Bellingham slots into that familiar 4-4-2 shape as a wide midfielder. It instantly reminds me of that classic Ancelotti setup, with Valverde and Bellingham each holding down a flank, all about structure and balance. When Madrid attacks, Bellingham tucks inside to connect with Mbappé and Vini. In possession, Madrid keeps the same back three build-up, one of the two holding midfielders drops between or beside the centre-backs, while Bellingham and Valverde operate as number 8s. A lot of the structured build-up comes through Bellingham, dropping deeper, carrying the ball forward, finding space, linking play. He's everywhere. In this sequence, Mbappé receives the ball in his favorite left half space. As he drives inside, Bellingham makes a diagonal run across the backline, pulling the centre-back with him and clearing the lane for Mbappe's cut-in. The opposing player recovers quickly and shuts down Mbappe's path, but Bellingham doesn't stop. He continues off-ball underlapping run behind the ball carrier, aiming to free up the inside lane for his teammate. Eventually, when the left side's all clogged up, Bellingham shifts the ball out wide to the right, perfect switch of play, and suddenly the whole picture opens up. That phase ends with Madrid's second goal of the game. Now, let me share my concerns. First of all, this 4-4-2 shape in defense and 3-5-2 in attack, we've actually seen Xabi Alonso use it before at the Club World Cup. This system places heavy demands on the wingbacks, the two number 8s, and especially the number 6 who drops deep during build-up. During the transition between shapes, there's a brief vulnerability. During the build-up, if possession is lost at that moment and the shape needs to shift from a 3-5-2 back to a 4-4-2, the holding midfielder has to move back from the centre-back role to his original position. This creates a brief vacuum in the centre-back area. Second, Xabi Alonso used long balls more this time, and they definitely helped. But here's the thing, when you face a high-intensity team, will you still get that much time on the ball to play those passes? That's a big question mark. And let's not forget, in those top-level games, what really matters is who wins the first and second balls after the long pass. That's where things get tested for real. All in all, this wasn't the most intense game. Athletic Club didn't press with much urgency, and the tempo of transitions from both sides wasn't particularly fast. Still, credit where it's due, Xabi Alonso, with pressure piling up, finally made some pragmatic adjustments. He simplified things, and it worked. But the real test comes next week, a Champions League clash with Manchester City. That's the true challenge.